Welcome to this week's episode of Your Stock Request for the 4th of June. Hi, I'm Michael Gable, Managing Director of Fairmont Equities. Your Stock Request is the weekly video where I take your requests and analyse the share price charts. So this week we have Kathmandu, Jumbo Interactive, Domain Holdings, Sydney Airport and Opthea. So if you have a request, send it through. Make sure you've signed up to the newsletter. If you enjoy these videos, we'd love to get your feedback on Google or Facebook. And also remember, we do provide portfolio management services. So please give me a call if you're interested in getting our help. And finally, just any advice in this video is general only. So this is a daily chart of Kathmandu. So it's made some steady progress since the March lows. But it does seem to be hitting a brick wall here near $1. So basically, we'd like to, I'd like to see it sort of break through this level before we can get a little bit more excited about it. And what I'd do is I'd just keep a stop under this low here. So, this is the range. Obviously, the breakout there on the upside can be followed, but I think if it was to fall under this line, you need to be getting out because that would signify lower levels. Okay, this is Jumbo, daily chart here. So at the moment, price action is looking a little bit more negative. So what we've had is obviously a steady rise off the March lows, but it's still under its May peak, so it's underperforming the broader market. What we've got is this sort of impulsive sell-off here, and then it's sort of struggled to do anything, and then we had this another sort of drop here that was fairly impulsive and on volume as well. So look, it has recovered in the last few days, but just that sort of price action is just a little bit concerning. Ultimately, it just needs to hold on to this previous low here at $10. So it may well drift back here and it could reverse and head higher, but I think a breach of this low here would be a negative sign. Domain Holdings, so a very nice run up over the last few months. My only concern is yesterday's price action. So where we had this sort of big spike up on Tuesday, which was great on good volume, yesterday it had a negative day when the market was up quite strongly. So, we can see it's closing near the lows of the day. So that's slightly concerning. At the end of the day, this trend is still intact. There's nothing wrong with it. This is maybe a bit of an early sign. And I'd only get negative again if it breaches this previous low. So $3, I think a fall under that would be a concern. Just need to keep an eye on it. Sydney Airport, so I quite like this one. This is one that I have picked up for some clients recently. Look, it has underperformed a little bit in the last month, where the market's sort of pushing to new highs. This is still sort of in this sideways pattern. There's very obvious resistance here, and we're getting close to it. Good to see some volume come in the last few days. So I think that it's getting ready to break through this resistance level. So we just have to wait and see. Obviously, if it does, I think that would lead it to rally quite strongly well into the sevens. So worth keeping an eye on. Obviously, if it rejects off here again, that wouldn't be a good sign, and it might be time to move on. But a break here could see a very nice rally for Sydney Airport. And finally, Opthea, OPT. Pretty good rally off the March lows. The trading profile looks pretty good. Potentially, we've got a breakout here if we join up all these highs. It looks like it's now pushing through that, which would be a positive for the stock. Obviously, this January high will offer some resistance, so we're getting close to that. I think a breach of that would be more positive. If we push through here, that would be more positive. But last couple of days is a nice, I guess, early sign that it does want to continue heading higher. Okay, well that's all for this week. If you have a request, send it through and I'll try to include your stock next week for you.